Welcome back to the channel. My name is JesseMcDesign, and today we're going to be making a custom sheath for a custom knife. Let's get started. Okay, so I've been working on this knife. It's pretty much done. The last thing it needs is sharpened, but it also needs a sheath. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to do a pretty basic single fold. We're gonna include the belt loop. We're gonna start off with some graph paper just to get our design laid out. I like to leave about a ½ inch for the I'm not even sure what that piece is called, that liner piece, and then we can always cut it back a little bit, but leaving that much usually gives enough leeway for the thickness of the leather that we're gonna use, so it all should work out in the end. Okay, so that first one did not work. If I line this up on the handle, which is where the best place to do it. Now if I open this, you can see that that is off a lot more than I thought it was. So now that I have this rough, and you can see that I want to move that over. So now that I got that figured out, I'm gonna adjust all this and recut another paper template and try this again before we go to the leather. So now you can see that this lays right about where I wanted to. I'm gonna have to extend it a little bit, I think. And then this gives enough room to give our stitch after we put that little spacer piece in there. And the farthest out we got is there, little over a ½ inch. And I moved this up because I like to be able to get at least one finger in there to grab it. There is also the lanyard hole, so you'll have that to grab onto and pull it out. But I like to give at least one finger width. So I pulled this out a little bit longer, so I am gonna have to trim a little bit off the bottom. But after we do that, we'll go ahead and transfer it to our leather. So I got this all fit and everything. I also got the little spacer. I believe it's called a welt. I think that came to me. Everything fits, but I just realized that I cut the sheath out backwards. I put the strap on the wrong side. If I did this, it would be, you know, if I want a right-handed, I want to grab it like this, which is backwards. I'd want to pull it out that way. So I just have to reverse this onto a new piece, which is kind of annoying, but I got it all fit, so I just have to trace this exactly, and then we can get on with everything else. Okay, we got that all figured out. This will definitely work. I fit the knife with the spacer piece as well, and everything's gonna be perfect. I did just this quick sample piece. It's like a dark brown faded to the pink, and I think that'll match the knife really well with the spacer and everything. I'm gonna do that fade on the sheath, and then the spacer will be pink to kind of go with the knife. So we're gonna get this all dyed up, do a couple quick stamps while the leather is wet, and then we'll sew the back strap on so we can access the inside at the same time. Be a lot easier. And then we'll get everything, after we do that, we'll get everything glued up to do the final stitching on the outside. Okay, so there you have it. Probably my favorite part about leather is getting a nice dye job going. Super happy with this. I might do a little after it's completely finished just to even out some things here and there maybe. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. And I can kind of see what I got going on. That little liner piece, that'll look nice. But now that it's still kind of wet, I'm gonna put a couple of my stamps on here before anything, and then we'll actually probably form it to the knife just a little bit, just to get that started before, again, at the very end when we fit everything together. So yeah, let's get these stamps out, get that done while this is still malleable, and then we'll move to the next. Okay, so I got it all fit together again. I'm gonna leave it like this, and I'm gonna do some forming while it dries the rest of the way, and see if I can't get this stuff to fit, get this leather to fit a little bit nicer. And then once it's completely dried, we'll go on to stitching the belt loop, and then we'll go on to stitching the final edge. Okay, you can see we got a rough shape going on here. It's pretty dry now. We'll do a final shape at the end, you know, when it's all finished and everything. But now we're gonna start working on the belt loop here. So we're gonna create our little groove around the edges and then across the top. Okay, so we got it all glued up. It's pretty much what we're working with. Obviously we still have to stitch that edge. I did a little bit of trimming on here just to make that line a little bit nicer. It was a little bit weird. So, and I'm gonna make it even nicer now. I'm gonna sand this edge really nice and smooth, and then we'll bevel the edges and make those really nice. And then we'll go in and cut our groove on the top side, and then punch our holes and get this thing stitched up. Okay, so there you have it. I can't be much more happy with that, you know. I think it matches pretty well. The brown and the wood, pretty close. I still need to oil this up, it'll darken it up a little bit to match a little bit better. And then the pinks are, you know, close enough. This comes out a little bit more like red hot pink. This is more of a light pale pink, but I think it works all the same. You can kind of see what I was going for there. I got my little ferret mark on there, and then we got the JM in the stitch there. With every one, they definitely get better. This is probably the nicest edge I put on anything. It just, I don't know, seemed to work out on this. I was able to get it pretty shiny and pretty much where I wanted it. It's really nice. I love the The molding I do around the handle there works really well with keeping things in. You know, it's more than halfway up the handle already, but to keep it in, you know, a little bit of wet molding really holds everything together. There isn't really much movement that happens if you were to drop this, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really shaking this, I'm not. Like I was saying before, I normally do like a tension belt clip, like a metal tension clip. This person requested a one-piece leather belt loop that's stitched, so they want to keep it on there. They don't want it to, I mean, the tensions are tight. I don't think it would fall off, but this is what they requested, so that's what they got. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe. It really helps. I'm always over here making stuff, creating things, knives, art, leather things. Leave a comment what I should make next. See you on the next one. Jesus Christ. A custom pocket tee. It's kind of hard to see the pocket in the black, but you can see him peeking out there. I call him a little pocket pal. This is a nice little custom snake design. And then on the back, there's just a little S logo. It's Stare It is kind of something I'm playing with. But you can go to my website and check it out. They're for sale on there. And a lot of things you see me make on here are for sale on there as well. So go check it out. Thanks.